Hey everybody, this is Coach Ali and I'm Steph. Welcome to today's isometric workout with dumbbells.
So we're going to train a little bit different today, you guys. It's going to be a little bit harder. Your full body workout is going to consist of an isometric side and an isotonic side for a majority of the exercises. So you'll be holding onto the weight tight and still on one side while you're doing your repetitions on the other side. This is going to be particularly useful for training your slow twitching muscle fibers because they're not used to holding onto weights for a prolonged period. Now, before we get started, remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Your support of the channel is going to help us produce all those beginner workouts on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. as you guys already know, and the advanced workouts on Thursdays at 10 p.m.
Now, with over 25 years of experience, Coach Ali has the fitness know-how to get you real results real fast.
Thank you, Steph. We're also very happy to announce that we're releasing the new workouts early for our channel members going forward.
We're also releasing a new 15-day dumbbell workout at home series exclusively for our channel members. By hitting that blue join icon down below, you can become an exclusive member of our channel and take advantage of the additional member benefits and exclusive workouts. So be sure to check it out.
All right, that's enough chit chat from us, you guys. Let's get down to business and let's start today's workout. Let's get into your full body strength training routine for today by starting your warm up. So we're going to go into a deadlift, then we're going to go up into a clean and into a shoulder press. So just make sure that your feet are at shoulder width for this one. Make sure your spine remains neutral when you're doing your deadlift. Clean without putting too much pressure on your elbows, and then just go straight into that shoulder press. Your turn to start your warm up for your dumbbell workout at home today. Little bit of a dumbbell workout flow for this one, you guys. So we'll start with a squat and then work a single-sided reverse lunge. Now, we'll do that for an entire set before switching over. Now, make sure when you do your squat, you want your feet at shoulder width. You want to make sure your feet are nice and parallel. You don't want your knees caving in, and you don't want your posture leaning forward either. And then just make sure that your reverse lunge is nice and lengthy for this one. A great conditioning exercise to add to your strength training, guys. Let's work some dumbbell squats with a front swing. Now you can see we're holding both dumbbells up, so you're equally weighted, but we're only swinging with one side. So we want to make sure that we get through a set on one side and then switch and do a set using your other arm as well. Again, similar to how you would normally do your squats, make sure your feet are at shoulder width, make sure they're parallel, make sure you're dropping your bum down and that there's no hyperflexion of your knees. As part of your full body isometric workout today, guys, we're going to drop into an isometric sumo squat. And then we'll work the calf raises one side at a time. So we're going to do an entire set on the right side and then plant your heels and do a set on the left as well. Now you can see that our upper bodies are remaining nice and static, as is our hips. So you can see that there's no height adjustment on this exercise at all. And make sure that your sumo squat is nice and wide. Alright, let's continue your full body strength training with some single-sided side squats. So you can see we're starting with a wide base and our feet are parallel, and then we're working the single-sided side squats on one side only for an entire set. So you want to try and get nice and deep and try and keep your posture as upright as you can keep it. And then once we finish this set, we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. this will test you out. This is a single side dominant push-up. So I'm basically dropping one of my shoulders to the dumbbell, which essentially rotates me and puts all of the pressure on that particular side. Now, this is a really hard variation of a push-up. So if you can't do it the way I'm doing it, do what Steph's doing. See how she's doing it on her knees. So that's going to assist you. Now try a set dominating with one arm and then switch it up and try the other side as well. This one, like I said, is very difficult, so just do your best. Renegade push-ups for this exercise, guys, and we're focused on a single side. So rather than alternating repetitions, we're going to go through a whole set, essentially doing the push-up and pulling the row up on one side and then working through to the other side on the next set. Now, if you're having difficulty with this particular exercise, then just do it on your knees. It's an easier option and it's going to allow you to just keep your back aligned and try and get full range of motion for this exercise. Rotating chest presses for this one, guys. We have an isometric side where you're just holding your arm vertical and just holding the dumbbell up. Now with the isotonic side, you can see we're rotating the elbows and going into a neutral hand position and dropping the elbow nice and tight by our ribs. We're lifting and rotating back into the finish of the press position. Now make sure that your lower back is pinned against the floor. Make sure your head is rested. Should be good pressure on your chest and your triceps for this exercise. Single-sided dumbbell chest fly for this one, guys. You can see we're holding the isometric arm nice and vertical, and we've got to make sure that there's no manipulation of the wrists, and then just work your dumbbell flies on the other side. We want the rotation at the shoulder here, and we just want to try and keep the elbows soft straight. Make sure your lower back is also pinned against the floor, because we want to make sure that you're not arching or compromising your lower back at all. Once we finish a set, we'll do the other side as well. Isometric bent over row on one side and isotonic bent over row repetitions on the other side, guys. So the side that you're holding up, you're going to really feel that in your lats and particularly in your biceps as well, while we're working steady repetitions on the other side. Now make sure when you're doing your repetitions, you're keeping your elbows tucked in by your side, and then make sure you are diligent and protective of your back. You want to try and keep that neutral as well. We don't want any curvature of the spine. All right, let's keep those strength training exercises going. We're going to work an isometric upright row on one side, and we're going to hit isotonic neutral grip upright rows on the other side. So you can see that we're holding one of the dumbbells up by our ribs and it's not moving. And with the isotonic side, we're pulling those reps up, making sure your elbow is staying tucked in. You want to pull up with your elbow and your shoulder, and make sure that there's no movement in your hips on this one as well. Bent over single-sided T rows for this exercise. What you want to try and do is keep 90 degrees on one side, on your isometric side, and then just drop right down and pull the opposite elbow up into a 90-degree angle on the isotonic side. Now, you might find the movement a little bit unusual. You can see that Steph is struggling a little bit with it as well. Keep your back nice and neutral when you're bent over and just have your best go at this one. Single-sided shoulder presses for this one, guys. Now, we're kneeling down so that we can fit into the frame. If you prefer doing it standing, then that's okay as well. It's actually not a bad option. Now, you can see we're holding one side in that L shape and then just really pulling up the shoulder presses on the other side. You've got to make sure there's no movement in your hips. You're going to want to push your hips forward as you start to tire with this exercise. So it's very important to maintain it in position. Dumbbell suitcase squats, you guys. This is a really good one that you could do at home as part of your dumbbell workout. Now, all you need is a single dumbbell for this one. You've got a weighted side and an unweighted side, but you've got to make sure that you maintain the balance in your squats. So make sure that you're not favoring or leaning towards the weighted side for this one. Now, make sure you keep your posture nice and upright and drop your bum down and keep your spine nice and neutral throughout your suitcase squats. We're going to work some isotonic reverse lunge reps for this one. Now, you can see we're doing a set on one side and then doing our second set using the other leg. Make sure that your reverse lunge is nice and lengthy, and make sure that you're maintaining a vertical front shin bone for this one. It's very important to feel this exercise in the quadriceps on your front leg and at the glutes on your back leg. Make sure you maintain your posture during this exercise as well. Alright guys, this is a nice suitable dumbbell exercise at home because you don't actually need a bench. You can do these just off a mat. You can see we've gone into some single-sided dumbbell skull crushers. So while we're holding one arm up nice and vertical, we're essentially doing our skull crusher reps on the other side. Now the main thing is to keep your elbow as still as you can keep it while you're hitting those skull crushers. And when you finish at the top, make sure that your arms are nice and parallel. bent over single-sided lateral triceps extension for this one. Now guys, this is proper advanced level dumbbell training. We're gonna hold a straight line from elbow to elbow, and you can see the isometric side is roughly a 90-degree angle, and we're extending the isotonic side out all the way until you've got a straight arm. So once you get that nice straight arm, you're getting that flexion in the triceps. Use your thigh strength to keep yourself in position. Now guys, it's not a full body isometric workout unless we put some isometric bicep curls in there. So you can see we've got an isometric side where we're holding the weight and not allowing it to move. And we also have an isotonic side where we're actually doing the bicep curls. Now you want to try and hold this for an entire set and then switch arms and do the exact same movement on the other side. Make sure that there's no movement in your elbows. Very important to maintain your elbow position throughout this exercise. Alright guys, you wanted an isometric strength training workout, and that's exactly what you're going to get here. This is going to be probably the hardest exercise you're going to do today. We have an isometric lateral raise on one side, and then we're working isotonic reps on the other side. So the side that you're holding up must be horizontal, and then you lift the opposite side all the way up until you're in a perfect crucifix, and just keep working those isotonic repetitions on one side until your set ends. Okay, isometric hammer curl on one side, guys, and isotonic hammer curl repetitions on the other side. So you can see we're holding the dumbbell nice and still, and we're keeping that elbow tucked in. And then we're essentially not moving the elbow on either side, whether it's the isometric side or the isotonic side. Now, make sure that your hips are marginally behind you, your knees are ever so slightly bent, and just have ample control over your movement. As I said, no swinging of the elbows whatsoever. This one's gonna hurt you guys. A single-sided scarecrow. So you can see we're holding one of the arms in that isometric position, horizontal, and then we're doing the rotation on the isotonic side. Now, very important that neither of your elbows move. We've got to keep a straight line from elbow to elbow and just make sure that that part of the arm is remaining static. The only thing that we've got is the rotation at the shoulder. Well done for getting through today's workout, you guys. We hope you enjoyed the workout. Now, if you did, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and turn your alerts on so that you don't miss the weekly workouts that we put out for you guys.
Also, if we can ask you to please share today's workout on your social media with your family and friends, we'd love to work with them to get them to transform their bodies as well.
Very important. Now, if you guys are looking to burn body fat and really get shredded, make sure you continue to the Secret to Burning Body Fat workout right now. You'll see a link appear a few seconds from now, and I want you guys to get into it and do it straight away while your body is primed for burning body fat, which is right now.
Thanks so much for training with us today, guys. We look forward to bringing you the next workout very soon.
Absolutely. See you next week.